Hello. Kalispera. How have you all been? Oh man, sorry for being late, okay? Sorry. As you can tell, as you can tell, as you can tell, Shit, I cannot form up words. I'm still asleep. I had a night shift yesterday, as you may realize, and yeah, it kinda fucked me up. I didn't sleep very well, so here I am, streaming. Regardless. Late on duty, half asleep. Am I the greatest cop? I sure am. Oh well, we still have a job to do. We have a job to do, Belle.
The rotting man lies on his side with his eyes looking straight through you. The belt is still around his neck. His body is supine and open to intrusion by autopsy. The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
First, what exactly is a field autopsy?
Come on, officer. You know what a field autopsy is. You've done 100 of them.
What you do know is, at 18.9 kilometers, the dormant shield volcano, Corpus Muindi, is the world's highest summit, and the failure of the 38 single, Et puis descend, to crack the top 20 was the death knell of disco. But what a field autopsy is, you have no idea.
Why don't you know? What use are you?
You must have me confused with the Copopedia.
I think I need to talk to him.
You, sir, you are the Copopedia.
What the fuck is Copopedia? Copopedia. Fuck me. Yeah, there is no such word as Copopedia. Let's get in there.
There truly is a time for everything, even for yellow gardening gloves. However, they are lacking hygienically. I suggest you get in there in limited capacity.
Okay, I'll write.
I'll ask you when I need you to. For the most part, maybe I should handle the contact and you take notes?
We just fill this. We just fill this in, right? Show him the red field autopsy form in your ledger.
That's right.
Okay. Try to remove the dead man's. Tell me something, man.
Shoot, Looney Rooney. Come back later, Corpo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features.
Whatever you say.
If
Open your
possible,
ledger at the field autopsy form.
The dead man stares in silence as you crack open the ledger. The bright red paper is covered in boxes and lists, describing the condition of his skin and organs. Above those,
In 3
an
parts.
11-field info form needs filling out first. It begins with,
Begin assistant.
That's you.
Write the
the
initials.
corpse is indifferent to your scribblings, just lies there. The next box says,
Coroner's case number.
KK57 dash.
Yeah.
Next.
Name.
NA. Next.
Date of birth.
NA.
Age.
Roughly 50.
dry 40. The damage is so extensive, it's better to err on the young side.
Visual calculus says success, so yeah, I'm gonna write 42.
He nods.
Race.
Mondial.
Fair to olive-skinned, from the Isola of Muindi. This is as vague as it gets. You might as well say whitish.
Thank you. Write it down.
The pudgy mess of curdled meat looks neither mondial nor anything other.
Sex.
Fucky!
God damn it. These little shits.
Male.
Is he really male? Maybe he's, you know, maybe he doesn't like assume. He doesn't like to assume his gender. Oh yes, we are in that age, brother. We are in that age. I'm joking. Male, yeah.
Pigs can have sex.
Right, fuck you. Right, pigs gonna have sex. Right, male.
Nor does he look male, with his pregnant belly and indistinguishable face.
Ah, this is what they call a baby bump. By the way, oh man, I'm gonna say this. I don't care. I really like it anyway. I have watched the so-called there is this special edit, right, on YouTube, which is so hilarious. It's called like the Spartans are. I'm not sure if this is how they are named. Basically, it's basically Leonidas, which is screaming. Basically, there are only two genders, you know. The Spartans are woke, something like that. I'm not sure. I cannot remember the title, but my God, when I saw that the first time, it was perfect. There were so many good, you know, lines, and they felt so you know, so perfectly Laconian for them. What that one guy, he turns and he's like, I'm a strong, dependent woman, and the Spartan turns to him and he's like, you're a weak, dependent, you're a fat, dependent male. Date of birth.
We're still going with March 4th, 51.
All right.
What else? 9. Body identified by is non-applicable. 10. Case number is the same as the coroner's case.
KK 57 0503 0815 listens motionless, with the cargo belt still around his neck. Only one box remains.
None. At least not after the initial examination.
What exactly is treatment anyway? Agreed not treated for treatment. What exactly is treatment anyway?
Interfering with the body's position or wounds post-mortem.
How did you not know that? Aren't you a cop? You're leaving a weak impression here. Say something sure-handed.
Thank you, authority. Thank you. Wait a minute. Interfering with the body's position or wounds post-mortem. Agreed. No treatment. Wait a minute. What exactly is treatment anyway? Interfering with the body... I'm not sure.
A silent nod. The lieutenant places his gloved hand on the corpse's chest, as if in preparation. Your central nervous system recognizes this gesture. It's the stations of the breath. Ecclesiastic, religious in nature, a holdout from pre-Delorean burial rites. It takes him 2 seconds to perform. Then, somewhere in Jamrock North, a small wood shed behind Rosencrantz Row, Lieutenant Nick Feuerbach puts his hand to the chest of a small corpse, no larger than a monkey. It's raining outside, light drizzle. There is darkness in the shed. Elsewhere yet, an obese female sits in a wicker chair, her silhouette bull-like against the window. Outside, Grand Coudon. The day is turning dim for Sergeant Mac Dawson. Hand extended, he approaches, to make sure she is dead more than anything else. And so, all across Jamrock, Coal City, GRIH, 42 deceased persons found today. 42 stations of breath.
Wow. Can I solve all of these cases?
We should start the post-mortem.
Turn the
The
page.
corpse cannot feel Kim's hand on his chest. It no longer meaningfully interacts with its surroundings. A thicket of boxes and lists on red copier paper tries to answer why.
External examination.
Clothes. The deceased wears armored boots and white briefs. The make of the briefs is Babrodine, I think. Let's see.
He tears the boat into the check the enderbell.
See, it's happening.
Babrodine, yes. Inexpensive. Size M. Color white.
The disappointment is palpable. The red-haired thing was expecting something more lurid.
The boots are ceramic. Vitreous enamel. They are fused to his skin from blood flowing downward post-mortem. Removal of the boots is left for processing.
It would be clever of you to omit the boots altogether, sire. If you are to keep them for yourself, as you ought to, you have deserved them more than anyone else.
When am I gonna get them?
Patience. After the autopsy, before the body is taken away, there will be a window of opportunity. After the lieutenant has gone to sleep. I hope this has helped you, my liege.
Thanks, brother. I will do just that. Write it down.
The boot has a serial number. It's E50.100.100. The lines between the plates are in the shape of the alphanumerical. The number is purposefully concealed by the design.
Write it down.
Tattoos.
His stamps of feet planted in the other side.
The upper torso is covered in a single, continuous tattoo, resembling a national pattern. It reaches from the right shoulder to the heart. The ink is blue and white. The assistant has a color photograph of the markings, to be added to the case files as document A1. The photo is taken on the scene, using a Trigat Mini.
Write it down.
The deceased has a belt for airlifting cargo around his neck, tied with a hangman's knot. Color, yellow. Length, 3 meters. There is a buckle on the other end. Well-nourished, athletically built, measuring 1.8 meters. Generally consistent with age 42. Preservation is good. Ambient temperature, below freezing. Body hair is light brown. Distribution is consistent with age. The deceased had male pattern baldness. Hair is combed back, short.
That's the corpse's hair before moving on. Write it down. Okay, that's the corpse.
The hair under your latex fingers feels cold to touch, wet.
Stroke his hair gently.
The stench is suffocating. Strands of dark brown hair start sticking to the latex of the glove, like thread off a rag doll's head. More hair sticks to the glove. Hair off the rain-soaked head of a dead man. There are bumps and dips on the skull below. An alien landscape. There, dead man. You were someone's child. It's all over now.
There, baby.
The lieutenant watches you in silence.
The fuck is he doing?
That was some sick shit, Sekopa.
Lividity is consistent with hanging. The head is congested. Contusions are present on the head, chest, and thighs, consistent with stones thrown. Low velocity.
Fucking low velocity? You think Kuno doesn't know what you're talking about? Velocity was fucking max. Talking shit about Kuno's velocity.
In addition, there are bite marks on the face, scalp, and chest, consistent with predation.
No. See, as if I'm gonna write high velocity.
Ligature mark.
The lieutenant produces a small folding knife with the other hand, pulling on the belt that starts cutting into the polyester. The stench is horrid after a while. It's obvious the material cannot be cut.
The steel wiring. There's too much of it. We need to remove the belt so we can get to the ligature mark.
You got just the right tool for that. The chain cutters.
Ooh, thank you. Easy success. The chain cutters. Oh yeah, I'm prepared. Good thing we got these chain cutters. Pull out the rubber gripped cutters. Chain cutters.
The hanged man lets out a joyous little bubble of rot from his nose.
Always good to think ahead. Now,
He points the rope, switching it.
we need to cut the belt to see the ligature mark below. Carefully, with as much precision as you can.
See, my pig is gonna fuck his head off.
No, he ain't. Your pig's a boring fuck.
Look for a good spot to cut.
The belt is equally tight around the whole circumference of his neck, swelling over the edges like white bread rising from the east.
Physical instrument. This cannot be retried. Yes, I'm Kuno's pig. I'm not your pig, Kuno.
You are? You're Kuno's pig?
Motherfucker, that blow it off. Motherfucker, I do not want to lose this. I do not want to have to deal with a fucking head on the shoulders of the guy. That pissed me off. Why did I gave a shit to this guy? I didn't know he was gonna, we are gonna, you know, blah, blah, blah.
The rotting man. The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes...
Please.
Shoot, Looney Rooney.
No.
Come back later, Corporal.
Come on, officer.
What you do know is, at 18.9 kilometers,
There truly is a time for everything, even for yellow gardening gloves. I'll ask you when I... That's right.
the dead man above those, and
That's you.
the corpse is...
KK5 next. NA. NA.
Dry 40. He nods.
Mondial.
Fair to olive. The pudgy mess.
Male.
Nor does
We're still go... What else?
KK.
None. At least not after the initial examination.
Agreed, no treatment.
A silent nod. Your central nervous system recognizes this gesture. Somewhere in elsewhere, and so
We should start.
the corpse cannot feel
Clothes. Babrodi.
the disappointment.
The boots are...
It would be clever of you to omit the patience.
The boot has tattoos. The assistant has the deceased well-nourished. Body hair is light brown. Distribution is consistent with the age. The deceased had male pattern baldness. Hair is combed back.
The hair under your... The stench is suffocating. More hairs. There, the lieutenant watching.
That was
Fucking low talking shit about.
In addition, ligature still...
You got just the right tool for that. The chain cutters. The hanged man.
Always good. We need to cut.
See?
no, he ain't. Your pigs.
The belt is equally tight around the whole. After some deliberation,
Ooh.
you sink the cutters into the knot tying the belt together. You squeeze the rubber handles together, sweat forming on your brow. Snap. The knot is slashed. Another cut and the belt falls apart like a flower bouquet, revealing the dead man's neck and the dark red ligature mark around it.
The rope rises to a point, leaving a gap in the ligature mark. The suspension point is in the back of the neck. Hemorrhaging is observed on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. The mark is well pronounced, consistent with a drop from 1 or 1.5 meters.
Wait a minute. Is the stream well? It does seem fairly well. Alright.
Chest is intact, normal contour. Abdomen is protuberant, pelvis intact, genitalia...
He pulls down the man's underpants.
No! It's gonna happen, see?
I fucking knew it!
This is clearly what they've been waiting for, ever since the autopsy began. The lieutenant is trying to make it as boring as possible.
Genitalia is male and unremarkable. No evidence of injury.
Write it down.
Back is symmetrical and intact. Upper and lower extremities are intact, but asymmetrical. There are combat injuries on the right hand, thigh, and hip.
Bullets have bitten little pieces out of him. It must have been excruciating, especially the hip. Before you is a temple of pain that knew little tenderness in life.
In addition, I see smaller, residual scars, too numerous to count, covering about 30% of his skin.
From wounds sustained over 2, maybe more decades, dispersal and accumulation indicates long and active combat duty.
Last item, hands.
Pick up the hand.
His flesh is cold, icy.
Pleased to meet you. Where are you from and what's your name? I'm only fucking with you. I know where you're from. From Cappadocia. And your name is Il Corbo. What can I do you for, Il Corbo de Cappadocia?
Tell me, are you a temp of pain and a stranger to tenderness? I'm good to hold your hand. Did you like it when I stroked your hair? Stranger to tenderness.
You get me, Kobo. I feel like you were once for tenderness and kisses yourself, but then shit went south and now you're ahead of even me on the pain front. We should do this more often. Be close like this, I mean.
Jesus Christ, you can make the... Oh my god, you can actually be a necrophiliac in this game. Oh.
Hands are clean. No sign of injury from struggling.
Were we expecting any?
I was. Maybe I'm just not seeing them. Honestly, this stench is making it hard for me to think at the moment. Ooh. That's all for the external. Well done. What
Wow.
next?
Okay. Eternal.
Central nervous system. I have nothing. Do you have anything on this man's central nervous system?
Of course, there is a moral to be drawn from it. A moral to this story.
The moral of the story?
What would that be?
The dead man looks, too, with barely contained excitement to hear the moral of his story.
The brain is very vulnerable to compromises in its blood supply.
I think that may well be the moral of every story, officer.
Ah, okay.
Good. Musculoskeletal. Purge fluid is coming from the mouth. Not injury related. Eyes and tongue protuberant. Hyoid bone. Let's see.
I need... Wait a minute. I want to check the stream real quick because I keep seeing some errors in OBS. Give me a second. What is going on? Are we good or are we fucked? Apparently my connection has a problem. Oh well. Excellent. Perfect. As expected. It's not like we're gonna get any good internet anytime soon. Ah, damn it. It gives me a headache. Oh well. Or perhaps it's because I have not slept well.
With his eyes almost closed, the lieutenant puts his hand on the dead man's throat and begins to massage it, gently. A rotting smell erupts from the mouth. Purge fluid runs down his lips, black and viscous. You hear cracks as the lieutenant moves his sharp fingers inside the flesh, like the creaking of an old house at night.
Yeah, jack that fucker off!
Yeah.
The hyoid bone is fractured. The rest of the musculoskeletal system is intact. Unremarkable. Respiratory system.
But back hunched as if in prayer, he begins to pry open the dead man's jaws. He stopped to exert more force. Both hands are
Oral cavity shows no lesions. The victim has received dental implants, possibly after a combat wound. Mouth swollen. Hemorrhaging present in mucosa of the lips and mouth.
Look inside.
No scream, no sigh of relief rises from the darkness inside. It's humid there. Sickly sweet air, unlike anything living. You feel like you're about to throw up again, straight in that mouth of his. No, you don't. You can keep it in. You can keep anything in.
Thank you, pain threshold. Thank you. Deeper inside.
You manage to suppress the contractions trying to enter your stomach. All it takes is concentration. Through it, you see nothing but darkness. More meat and darkness.
There are ancient mysteries down there, Kobo. Ask me later.
Hemorrhaging present in mucus.
Alright.
Hepatobiliary. NA.
Why don't we have anything?
Are you a hepatobiliary expert?
I don't think so.
Neither am I.
That's it?
That's it.
Alright.
Same for toxicology and serology. NA.
Both?
Unless you have untapped reservoirs of knowledge there.
The competitionist in me wonders if there is something we could still do.
Like a toxicology screening. At this stage, I doubt processing will find anything, even if he was brimming with cocaine. But still, you should add a request.
Brimming with cocaine.
Calm the fuck down. Toxicology request.
Cardiovascular. The body exhibits heavy lividity. Blood has gathered in the hands, feet, and neck. Hypostasis is visually consistent with the hanging. Gastrointestinal.
He breathes a sign of approaching relief. This is the last field on the list. He looks around to the ground, to the pool of feces there.
Digested semi-solid food in stomach. Voila.
Write down, omit the voila.
What's next on the list?
Describe of injuries summary.
Let's see. We have bite marks, contusions on the head and chest, and a ligature mark encircling the neck. You'll
What?
need 3 fields. Leave a 4th one too.
Bite marks?
Head, chest, and scalp bite mark injuries. Predation by birds has caused damage to the body. Odontologist does not need to be consulted. And your opinion, officer?
Wait a minute. Bite marks. He notes head, chest, scalp, bite mark, injuries, prevention. Does not need. Non-fatal. Post-mortem.
Agreed. Next injury?
Contusions.
So, the scalp bleeds from a post-mortem head injury, a stone. The injury does not have the rim of an early inflammatory response. The perpetrator on the scene has confessed to causing it post-mortem.
At maximum velocity, fucko!
Has confessed to causing it at maximum velocity.
Fucko. Write it down.
Coagulated blood sticks to his scalp and chest, where the countless stones have hit the dead man. Beneath, the description of injury. 2 boxes.
Non-fatal.
Right. Next?
What's the 4th injury field for?
Nothing. Just in case.
Okay. Ligature mark.
A dark red abraded ligature mark encircling the neck, with a gap on the nape measuring, let's say, 7 centimeters. The hyoid bone is fractured, the cervical column intact. I see hemorrhaging on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. Depth of the mark, 1 centimeter. No signs of clawing on the neck.
My stream really goes slow. My PC cannot load the stream in order for me to check what the fuck is going on. Let me use my phone. Let me give it a try. I don't know why, but you see, I came to a realization again today. I had the volume of the desktop a little bit down because I cannot be heard if I have both the mic and the game at full, full volume. So I need to check real quick, with it, if everything works correctly. Okay. Wow. No, it does not work correctly. The stream goes very slowly and it cannot be loaded on a phone. Oh my god, this pisses me off so bad. You know what's the worst thing about it? I really do not know what to do about it. The problems with the internet are problems which are just, all about the provider. You yourself cannot do shit about it. Oh, it does load with a little bit difficulty. Okay, maybe because okay, it does load with a little bit difficulty, so might as well just keep up. In case, in case people want to watch this and they have problems now, they can watch the VOD later. Also, I just found out that the previous stream of, Elysium Disco Elysium actually went very well. This is the first, first stream that actually was relatively successful. 600 views. And these 600 views are 600 views for coming to watch me. It's not some other streamer, so I'm like, yeah, progress. Or perhaps some luck was involved, perhaps with the algorithm, but who knows.
Below the note, 2 customary boxes wait to be ticked. The man's head jerks to the side. The ring around his neck is visible.
Fatal injury.
That's it. We have established cause of death. It's not much, and it leaves much to be questioned. But it's a start. Let's wrap this up. I pronounce this field autopsy over.
How did it go?
Well, we established probable cause of death. Some would say that's the goal of an autopsy. We also requested a toxicological screening. That was thorough. The results should arrive in a couple of weeks, if we are lucky. I will not hold my breath.
What else?
We were thorough with the list of injuries, too. We described them all in detail. What is there to say? Given the circumstances, it was a professional field autopsy.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, well done, Master Detective. Maybe a drink is in order?
What now?
I need a copy of that autopsy form. Then I will drive him to Faubourg.
Rip out the copy of the autopsy.
For processing.
He looks at the dead man one more time, then at the slip of the red paper in his hand, then at the corpse again.
He's thinking, did I miss something? I'm sure we didn't get everything. There's always something.
We can retry it. Let's bag him, take him away. Let the lieutenant take the body away without further examination. Try to move him. This is all about perception again. -1 for established probable cause. Perception. Into the harbor signal this for the you need to ask him about the manipulation. Find out the logical company who owns the harbor about the matter. She will be around somewhere. It's all about perception. Okay, perception it is then. We can retry it.
Your arm reaches out
What?
and your eyes close, as if by their own volition. It's dark all around. You feel cold, dead flesh through the latex glove.
How the fuck?
It's right under the palm of your hand.
Malaka, how did I got a legendary success? I had die 6s. That's why it was a legendary success. My god, oh man. Okay, this made my day. Okay. The lucky cop. Turns out I'm the lucky cop. What is this? What did I just found? There's always something missing. And we just found
His
it.
face, his cheeks, his nose, his fat, swollen lips. Like a rubber spider, your gloved hand crawls on his features. Everything is silent, all around.
Curl up his nostrils. Put up your fingers in his... Put your finger... Squeeze his nose. Put your fingers in his mouth. Oh shit. What is going on?
The oral cavity is cold and moist. A ball-like tongue attaches itself to the base of the mouth, lolling around like a scallop. You're on the right track.
Play with it. This feels right. Open your eyes and look.
A vision of black and dark red death, pried open by your hands and studded with teeth. Looks like he's laughing. Death fumes rising from his throat. And there, in the back of his mouth, above the bell of the uvula, right in the soft palate, you see a hole, barely visible to the human eye. It is swollen shut, almost vanished. No larger than 0.4 centimeters in radius, the edges appear darkened. An abrasion collar. This is what we're after.
Abrasion collar.
Abrasion collar.
The lieutenant looks in. There is a pen in his hand. His notebook is open at the copy paper.
Kuno is silent.
Touch it with your finger gently.
A black trickle of liquid runs into his throat from the wound.
Put your finger in.
Your index fits right in there. A tight tunnel of flesh opens up. Tissue damage. Wide enough for 2 fingers. As you push both in, you reach through his mouth, right into his brainstem.
The fuck is happening?
Ah, shit, see?
Feel around first. Brainstem? Feel around first.
The basal ganglia feels clumpy. What entered here has torn apart his reptilian complex. This man will never sleep again. Never wake.
Push deeper.
Your yellow fingers slide into the remains of the limbic system. There is no resistance. It's gelatinous. The slug-like structures are damaged too. The tearing extends deep into both hemispheres.
There is a cavity cut right between the hemispheres.
The lieutenant answers with the sound of his pen on paper.
Fucking cavity, see?
Kuno's voice is hushed. Man, these kids now are scared shitless. And at the same time, I think they're a little bit wowed by my exceptionally incredible detective skills.
Quivering with awe.
Exactly. Push deeper.
Your fingers are all the way in now, reaching toward the inside of his skull. The cavity goes further, but the entry wound isn't wide enough for the rest of your hand to follow.
Wiggle in.
Your fingers reach toward his skull. His cerebral cortex feels like jelly. Cold jelly. Strange fluid streams down your wrist as you push deeper, until you feel it on the tip of your finger. Ice cold serrated metal. Its edges cut right through the latex and into your finger.
What the fuck?
The pain is barely noticeable under the adrenaline rush.
It cannot be retried though. How lucky can I be? Inspect the skull first.
There's a tiny crack, a protrusion in the cranium, right in the back of his head. Your finger must be pointing straight at it, from the inside. The object that is in there stops just short of the skull, in the encephalus, knocking this tiny fracture into the cranium.
We have the makings of a very small exit wound here.
Forget about the fucking exit wound, Beano. The pig is wearing him like a fuck puppet.
I feel a solid opposite right under the skull.
Can you get to it?
Yes! Pulled it out! Fuck yeah! Man, I'm an ace detective. I'm an ace
You pick
cop.
the object between your index and middle finger. Feels sharp, like metal. You press your teeth together. Your jaw is clenched. All you need to do is just...
Slowly pull your fingers out. I got it.
My pig's fucking got it?
He's watching his old man get the big prize at the claw game.
The authority knows.
What? What is it?
The inside of the head feels cold and smooth, like a glove. Sweat dripping down your brow. Careful not to lose the prize between your fingers. With a plop, your hand emerges from the mouth. The garden glove is covered in blood right up to the wrist. Between your fingers, a small flower. A blossom made of lead.
What?
Fucking beautiful.
A bullet.
Then pulls a small bag, box, and bittens under it. Drop it in. He was shot
The
through the
bullet
mouth.
falls in the bag, leaving a smattering of blood on the plastic. He raises the bag under his eyes and says,
A non-caliber rifle. Some kind of brittle alloy. Fractured on impact.
Can I have it?
Of course. You deserve it.
I need the evidence, you never know. Don't get me wrong, Kim, you are an excellent person, but it's my life on the line with this last case.
We need to add an item to the injury list. Injury number 4. Oval entry wound with an abrasion collar. Soft palate, back of mouth. High velocity. Temporary cavity in brain tissue. Small exit wound on the occiput. How does that sound?
About right?
Opinion, fatal injury.
Agreed. Wasn't that what we thought the last time? Shake the gloves again. Agreed.
And one last thing. We should amend injury number 3. Ligament mark. New opinion, non-fatal. Post-mortem. Treatment.
He's proposing the bullet was the real cause of death, and the hanging an attempt to conceal this fact.
The ligament mark, the fractured collarbone, it was all treatment.
Yes, and the belt around his neck. The hanging, even dragging him to the yard. All of it was done after this man was already dead.
Owen Jebil. Agreed.
I have had my doubts for a while now, since I saw there were no signs of struggle on his hands, and no claw marks on his neck. There have been other signs too, small details. Everything is too neatly designed for us to assign probable cause here, as we did, full-heartedly. Well, no more.
Secret task complete. Find the bullet before you get fooled. We found it. There are secret tasks in this game. It is possible to determine the real cause of the hanged man's death before it is too late. You've just done it. Oh my god, I get shivers all over me now. Hell yeah. So it's not too late yet. We can still do this. We still have a chance.
We almost fell for it, he thinks. Almost.
Don't worry. We did not. Who would do this? Why would anyone do this? I think I need to wash myself. Maybe the bullet holds more answers. Maybe the bullet holds more answers?
Yes, we should take a closer look at it. I am certain it has more to tell us.
This little thing could reveal much about the weapon that shot it.
True. If we find the weapon, maybe we can find the owner. Who would do this?
That's for us to find out. But this, it will make finding them just a little easier.
Excellent. Why would anyone do this?
To hide something. The real killer? The real motivation? What really happened here?
I think I need to wash myself.
Oh, you really do. I am glad to hear you say that. Your room in the Whirling in Rags should come with a bathroom. Be sure to make use of it in the evening.
Thank you. What happens next?
We put him in a bag and carry him to the holding pen of my kinema. The body bag should contain the odor for the duration of the transport. I would drive him to processing, but it's too late to do that today. I'll do it first thing tomorrow. No problem. One more thing. This was really good work, detective.
Goodest of the good cops. Really get Kim to trust you. One more thing. This was really good work, detective. Thank you, Kim. That's why they still keep me with a badge. I may be a fucking mess, but I am a fucking mess who knows his shit.
The word lingers in the air of the yard. As far away dogs are barking, further yet, the sound of motor traffic.
The authority.
Detective.
Detective. Finally, now I'm back to full morale. Yes, okay, I was so scared of morale, but now we're going places, baby. Let's drag him to the kingdom.
All right.
Alright, he takes out the shiny black body bag and starts pulling plastic over the dead man's face.
There go those beautiful enamel boots. May they rest in processing.
Oh shit, oh well.
I will need a little help carrying him. You take the hands, I'll take the legs.
Back the corpse and drag them. Okay, don't worry, we don't need everything. Maybe we can still find other things to, bypass some things. I was not really expecting to, Autosave. Well, we finished the task before the night fell. That's all that mattered. The bullets. Evidence, fractured bullet. The bullet mushroomed out The bullet mushroomed out on impact. It now looks more like a front cell full jacket button. That's something that could pierce skin, flesh and bone.
The bullet is safely sealed away in a plastic bag bearing the RCM stamp. Kim has filled out the label on the bag with the item number, case number, and date and location the bullet was found. Beside his orderly handwriting, the bullet looks especially sad, like a tiny, shriveled head of cauliflower.
Peel the bullet through the bag. What do I do with you,
What?
bullet?
Well, if I was the bullet, which I'm not, I would say find the weapon that shot me.
Good idea.
If we find who owns it, we will have likely found who used it, possibly to kill our victim. In conclusion, the more we know about this bullet of yours, the better.
Peel the bullet
The
through.
squashed bullet has some sharp edges where the jacket has split open. It feels cold, even through the bag. You wouldn't ordinarily have cause to handle jacketed bullets. The citizens' militia uses cast bullets only. Little pebbles of metal loaded from the muzzle, usually in a cartridge.
Inspect the bullet close.
The jacket of the bullet is made of a yellowish metal. It has blossomed out to reveal a dark grey core. The base of the bullet is close to 5 millimeters in diameter.
Look at the
You
jacket.
can just about make out a few striations near the base of the bullet. Little hairlines, linear. It feels standard.
And the core?
It's quite destroyed. Some of the fragments are still lodged in the wound.
What can you say about the bullet so far?
It's a jacketed bullet, close to 5 millimeters in diameter.
A jacketed bullet. Okay. It would have been shot from a military-grade breech-loading rifle, not from a muzzleloader like those typically found on the streets of Martinez.
Military grade, huh?
Highly unusual. The people of Revachol haven't carried breech-loading weapons like this for nearly half a century.
Even the RCM uses ordinary unjacketed conical bullets. This is strange. Very strange. I like this, officer. Strange means unique. Unique means incriminating. We need to find the gun that shot it.
We will.
Something tells you that won't be anytime soon. This'll have to be one of those epic tasks that's open for a while.
Try to determine what type of weapon shot this. Have a similar rifle on hand. Aware of the name of the antique rifle you found. Encyclopedia said, you may retry it.
You can't remember what happened last week. What makes you think you're going to remember arcane firearm models?
Don't worry. We'll try it again next time. Let's know that it's a very... we did do... we succeeded in the checks that could only be tried once. I do not feel any fear about the successes that can be tried later. We have already the rifle. It's an antique Bell McGrave rifle. Well, actually, we could actually do the hand... Do I wanna retry? Give me 1 second. Wait a minute. Where can I check the checks, right? That's what I'm trying to find. Where can I check the checks? Oh, there we go. Map. The fractured bullet. It's a legendary, but we can still find it. A hand-eye coordination. Okay. There we go. Now we try again.
The bullet is still safely sealed. A rifle. Revolutionary period. Your bullet looks to be an old 4.46 millimeter from the surplus left over from the turn of the century. Probably an antique or a retrofitted antique.
Make?
The 4.46 caliber was widely used with the Bell McGrave rifle, a Revacholian manufacturer. The BM dominated the battlefields of the Insulindian theater of the anti-centennial revolution 50 years ago. Incidentally, you have just such a rifle with you. The dusty old thing you found hidden in the basement below the commercial area. It's unusable, sadly. If it were, the bullet would probably fit the chamber.
Is anyone still making these rifles?
No, but Zeliger, a major firearm manufacturer, ended up with a surplus after the war. So there are still a lot of these old military rifles floating around, usually broken. The quality was appalling.
Who uses Bell my grave rifles these days?
Antiques enthusiasts, guerrilla fighters in distant countries, a few lucky jamrock bangers. You're looking for the same thing you found in that hidden weapons cache, only in working order.
I understand.
What are you thinking? Bullet?
I think I know where this came from.
Okay. And?
It should probably came from a Bell McRae rifle.
An antique. That makes sense. There can't be many breech-loading rifles floating around in Martinez, or anywhere in Ravachol, really.
Why not?
Sure, there's some arms trafficking, but the laws prohibiting the use of breech loaders we inherited from the monarchy have been effective, from what I've seen. Some new RCM recruits get impatient with their muzzle loaders once they've trained with military-grade weapons, but they realize it's worth it in the end.
Prohibiting peacetime law enforcement to front-loaded rifles is a policy enforced by the Moralist International in all the nations of the Real Belt.
Makes you consider every shot. I like it.
Imagine if everyone, cops, citizens, had access to firearms that could shoot multiple rounds without pausing to reload. After the first shot, the second, third, and so on come much easier. But back to the investigation.
Seems we're looking for an antiques enthusiast. Could the victim have been mixed up with some foreign guerrilla fighters? Well, have well-armed jamrock bangers started crossing over in Martinez? Yes, something mysterious afoot with his antique bullet. Seems we're looking for antiques enthusiasts.
Doesn't seem that likely, but we'll check out all possible leads. Next step, finding the gun itself.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
But just turn on the lights.
All right, ready? I turn, you press start. It's next to the preheater.
He's downplaying his excitement. The lieutenant is more than happy to show off his precious carriage. The dashboard lights up with orange glow. The rounds per minute gauge jumps, and the engine of the Caprice Canadian comes to
Jesus
life
Christ!
with a whiny growl.
Cannot hear shit.
Like a leopard waking from its sleep. The lights unfold with a little click, casting electrical light onto the ground before the vehicle.
My God. Okay, watermarks. Now go stand in. First go to the menu and turn on the lights. Get in from the menu headlights to read halogen watermarks in your ledger. This may yield some information about who you are. The ledger. That's right. I forgot.
There you go. I'll turn them off from the remote once you're done. We just need to stand in front of the machine now.
Thank you. I can finally stop wearing the gloves now that I think about it. But no, they give me a stat
It's
boost.
the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging from the board, with the permeables drawer inside. It's barely held together by a clip, then made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
Calm down, calm down. Put the ledger away. First, we need to get in front of the lights. Oh,
As you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp, an iridescent hologram appears. A street grid and the veins of a great river. A familiar sensation washes over you.
There she is. Revachol West.
Around the borders of the watermark are dozens, no, hundreds of micro-perforations.
look at the shimmering street grid.
The rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM, and yet the major arteries of Revachol are all recognizable. They shimmer in the Kanema's headlights.
Wait, look around you.
You catch a faint glimmer from a broken beer bottle in the distance. Sounds. Two men engaged in a drunken argument. followed by the closing of some distant window.
Ah, Martinez at night.
He smells the air and says, "Where are we on this point now?
Let me see.
Where are we on this?"
Right here.
Seems nice.
No, it does not.
Look at the perforation.
There are many of them, and they are divided into 3 separate rows.
Tally up the different rows.
The first row has 18 dots.
The next one?
The next is the longest. It runs all the way around the border, and then some.
Count them individually.
There are so many, it's hard to count. More than 150, at least.
What about the
Maybe
last one?
Even 200. The last row has 3 perforations.
3?
That's it.
Hey Kim, what do all these holes mean?
Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM. They are your statistics, as it were. I should have guessed you'd keep a record. Officers often do. Let's take a look. The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered?
Got drunk like a megastar. I walked the land telling whores and liars to the end to come. There are 9,000 days remaining. Probably some boring officer, same as everyone else. I feel like I just went around apologizing all the time. Do you really think I have any idea? Do you really think I have any
Fair
idea?
point. Let's move on, shall we? This next row, the one that wraps all the way around, is your number of closed cases. Closed is good. It means finished. You've got, let's see... Wow, more than 200.
Is that a lot?
It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually, clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers.
Wow, so that means I am a skilled man. I used to be good at some solents, I guess. What's the last number? I don't think I can even become this person. What's the last number? I used to be good.
Right. Those are your confirmed kills. You've got precisely 3 perforations there.
So I'm a killer. That's not too many. So I'm a killer.
For an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which is in the Jamrock quarter, it's rather tame. I mean that in a good way. There are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to solve a case, it's usually by accident.
It's obvious the lieutenant does not think very highly of these officers.
But it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones. So we have that to be thankful for.
How do you handle the strain? Have you ever killed anyone?
Yes.
It's not a problem for him to state it, however.
How do you handle the strain?
Everyone has their own method of coping. Some more effective or self-destructive than others.
18 years of officer. 200 cases solved. And only 3 people killed. Only 3. That means... My god! That means that... Let's assume that 200 minus 3, right? Let's assume that the 3 people I killed were all criminals. 197 cases I solved. I arrested successfully the person responsible. Wow. Man, this game has some storytelling. I really wonder what the character would be like if he was not supposed to lose his... You know, like what without me trying to be the puppet master and him losing his memory, how would the character actually behave canonically, you know? This deserves a fucking TV show, actually. Is there a TV show? A cartoon, perhaps, you know, Wait. Well, it's weird. It doesn't seem like there is an adaptation. But there are results about Disco Elysium TV series adaptation in the works from Sonic the Hedgehog producer. What? So there is... The hit video game Disco Elysium is getting the TV series treatment. So there is! Oh man, I knew it. Someone wouldn't, just bypass this game. Oh man, excellent.
Personally, I find it helps to keep up a few hobbies.
Maybe I should find a hobby.
Why not gardening? You've already got the gloves.
He points to your yellow gardening gloves.
It's meant in earnest. Please don't mistake it for a jab.
I understand. Thanks for this.
The lieutenant nods.
Okay, let's go.
Right. I'll go turn off the lights.
Read the watermarks completed. So we know that we are a skilled
You
cop.
can now see your statistics on your journal page, to the right of the task description.
Journal page. Wait. To the right. Wait. Journal. This is the journal, right? To the right of the task description. Oh, the statistics! Name unknown, rank unknown, officer profile. Super Cop 3, Sorry Cop 5, Communist, Fascist, Ultra Liberal, Moralist 0, why? Good Cop, Bad Cop 11, Honor 0, People Killed 3, Cases Solved 216, Years in Service 18 years. I am 1 point in communism, 1 point in fascism. How the fuck is that even possible? Oh well. That's why I was the sorry cop. But I do have the chance to become the superstar cop. Not the apocalypse cop, nor the boring cop. Fuck the apocalypse cop and boring cop. A balance between superstar and sorry is my kind of thing. You know, doing your best but not really being able to fix everything. Okay, we still have to check the ledger though.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers is still not what happens. Fuck this compartment. You should... Strange. Why does it make you so angry?
Motherfucker. I will try again later.
The note is... It's just a racist mug. What's there to read?
Racist mug.
It's just... But... An intricate... The pattern still... The bullet is...
Okay. We still have shit to do.
Yes?
Nothing. We're good. Did you clean up the fucking,
Hello again, officer.
The body's gone.
How, like, gone?
I was sent to processing and it was sent to processing in the morning.
I'm glad to hear that. Thank you, officer.
Yo,
Looks like I'll get mint in the ground by April.
excellent. I have to run. Why is this here? Oh, it's a menu and alright, now I get it.
The tracks are as they have ever been. A bit more worn, perhaps. Fortunately, the street sweeper still hasn't noticed their presence.
I see. Did the little shits left? No, they didn't left. Can I fucking, do this?
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anyway,
Visual calculus, it's still low. What more should we do? We still have some time, so I guess I do not want to rush things a lot too much. Wash off there is a bathtub in your room. A good place to visit, so you have some privacy. Find the murder weapon. Locate a working firearm that shoots 4.46 ammo. Who put the clothes in the trash? But the person will know the temper with a scene. It may take a while. I wonder who made the hole, or maybe how he made it. Bold slogan, human ops on the track. What's this?
An old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island, pointing toward the sea. It looks as if it's been reassembled piece by piece, secured and mounted in the air with the aid of numerous ropes and rods.
It's fairly useful to always have statues of, you know, generals who always tend to have, you know, very very strong demeanor. For me, this statue reminds me of Kolokotronis, for example. You know, the hero of the revolution. Oh, not this screen. This screen. This is Kolokotronis. You see? It's always nice to have a general who points somewhere. It's a beautiful statue, actually. Anyway. What is this?
A silver plaque on the statue's pedestal reads, "I am Philip III, the Squanderer, the greatest of the Philippian kings of Revachol, son of Philip II, the opulent, father of Philip IV, the insane." Not a good track record of mental health in that family. As you look up, you notice something about the statue. There are some odd indentations on the king's chest piece.
What indentations? What do I say?
Something with great kinetic energy seems to have impacted the cuirass, around where the heart is. A bullet? Someone shot him in the heart. Interesting.
Then has someone shot the king?
Okay, I can't see it, but I take your word for it.
What do you think?
Well, Martinez is riddled with bullet holes. This place saw a lot of action during the revolution. But the statue is recently renovated, so maybe a joke? Target practice or a political statement?
Political.
Why not? What this shows us is guns aren't too uncommon here, and people still shoot them, sometimes at kings.
The king stands high above you, surveying the bay, mute and indifferent to your sightings.
What did this king do?
Even by the standards of the Philippian kings, old sumptuous Philip was known for his profligacy. Well, he blew through the whole national treasury, starting the decline of one of the penultimate century's greatest superpowers, the suzerain of Revachol. His own maladministration foreshadowed the fall of the monarchy. During the anti-centennial revolution, an end to his family line and the monarchy on the Insulindian Isola.
How did he manage to blow through the entire national treasury?
Stories have it that he had his bedroom converted into a treasure chamber, where he stored unfathomable wealth. Krugerrands, bars of gold, ornate weaponry, armor, and various chalices. He called it the Sol Auron. It was obscene. There were whispers he slept on a huge pile of gold-dipped feathers, like some obese dragon, instead of a bed, like a normal person.
The man certainly knew how to live.
Like to sleep on gold. The king is the king and he can't do anything. Wait, really? There's no way that's true. A deplorable farce. No wonder everyone went. No, there's no way that's true.
But wait, you haven't even heard about his fabled cocaine addiction.
The what?
You see, old Philippe wasn't just good at squandering the national treasury. on gold and ceremonial weaponry, he was also a prodigious snorter of nose candy. Not just any nose candy, though. We're talking Royal Philippian Blow, allegedly twice as potent as the stuff you find nowadays, and purple. Philippian cocaine was purple.
So he was addicted?
That's what the revolutionaries said 150 years later, right before they emptied out the royal mausoleum and dumped His Majesty's mortal remains in the Elysium Bay.
That's a lot to process.
His Majesty's courtiers said it helped him connect with the higher realms.
What is nose candy?
Cocaine,
Ah, perfect. Where is he buried?
beneath the cold waters of the Elysium Bay, thrown there by the revolutionaries after they cleaned out the royal mausoleum.
Alright. What happened to the statue?
The original was blown apart by communards, then further damaged during the landing of the coalition's airships during the turn-of-the-century revolution, when Martinez was leveled. Most historians think the coalition's hasty landing may have ultimately saved the statue. If the communards had more time, they would have reduced it up to even finer pieces.
Shit. Who restored the monument?
Some years ago, a group of liberal, artistically inclined individuals, designers mostly, thought it would be ironic to restore the statue of the most wasteful ruler of Revachol in the poorest part of the city.
Wow. So this is a statue of shame. Basically, it's like a statue of people dying and going hungry below a ruler who eats and takes everything for himself.
The statue is supposed to capture the moment it was blown apart, like an instant frozen in time. A rare butterfly trapped in amber, floating on a sea of shit.
That's brilliant.
People in Martinez tend to disagree, as do many prominent art critics and thought leaders with more nuanced social awareness than the young ironists.
In truth, okay, it is technically still a statue that depicts the guy, but it depicts him getting blown his ass off. I, as an artist, have to tell you that is an awesome thing to do. A statue, instead of being shown in order to praise someone, it's shown someone in total shame, and you're celebrating that shame. You get it?
Philip III, the squanderer, however, with his bronze face up in the air, doesn't seem concerned about what the hoi polloi think of him in death.
Okay.
Wow, you work hard.
I do?
Oh, yes, you hustle. You're a provider. It's tough out there, but you keep it real and provide.
I guess I do, yeah.
Oh, yeah, like a horse, a workhorse, for hard work.
What hard work do I do exactly?
Look at yourself. You're a human pedometer. You must have walked 200,000 steps down cracked asphalt, mosaic, sand, and linoleum after you re-emerged. That is the sign of a hustler who never gives up. The world is harsh and people are evil. You didn't make it that way, and you won't let it break you. You ride.
Yeah, I ride a little.
A little. You make money. You got gills, baby. Got those black papers with the faces of the innocents on them. You bring in the Franco-Negros and the Solas. It ain't easy, but you do it. Day in and day out. You didn't make the rules, but you won't lose. You're a cop and a sprinter and a money printer.
I guess I have made some gills, sure.
Sure. And has it been easy? Is life easy? Have you not gone into cardiac arrest? Are you not about to have an anxiety attack or shoot yourself in the mouth? But you still hustle 24/7, ride or die. Now, ask yourself, are you rich?
No, I'm actually not.
That's right. You work harder than anyone. You almost rode yourself to the grave, and you're still practically a hobo. Why is that?
Fucking taxes, man. There's a market for corrupt cops out there, but the immigrant cops have price dumped it. This system is broken.
Boo-hoo. The system is broken. The establishment is keeping me down. That's not the fuck yeah attitude you're used to. What is this? Why are you so poor?
The Carter guy is running my ass. I don't know. Why am I so poor?
Because of the taxes. G-Man's got his jam-covered sticky fingers in your pocket, stealing from you every time you buy, sell, walk, talk, fart, so much as sneeze.
Every time I sneeze?
Every time you wipe your ass. They got their direct and their indirect modes of taxation. Sales tax, excise duty, extraction tax, alimony. One tax that doesn't even have a name. Plus there's the stuff people in other countries pay for. That makes them ask for more money from you. Here. Total tax duties add up to 98% of all your money.
Are you sure? That seems like a pretty big number.
What are you not sure about? They're milking your nipples till they bleed. Can't you see? Aren't you sick and tired of having bloody nipples?
Bleeding needles are kind of a pain, but how will the direction help with that? This isn't helping me solve my money problem. It's only making me into a free market type.
What are you, a racist? Don't be a racist. Be a cool immigrant, ultra-liberal free market advocate. Ride or die. Keep it street.
What? Well, if I'm not being an ultra-liberal makes me a racist, then I guess I should be an ultra-liberal. What the fuck are you... fuck that. Go away. I don't give a shit. You had me back there and you just lost me. The fuck. Oh, hey. Oh, a box. I love boxes. What's in here? What the... Okay, I'll take it. Not very useful, but not very useless either. Maybe I'll sell... Excellent, I got the money. Hello?
A small, wrinkled woman does not greet you. She nods along to something on her radio. A photograph is clutched in her hands, and there is a warm smile on her face. The photo, an ambrotype from the turn of the century, as golden as her smile. It's the warmth of a winter night's fire. Maybe she could give you comfort and shelter, some cigarettes and food money. Maybe she's your...
Grandma? No, excuse me, ma'am. I'd like to ask some questions.
No response. Wherever this woman is, your words fail to reach her.
Grandma?
Nothing. Her smile just keeps widening. Her hair is gray like lead.
Wait. She's just a distracted old woman. Better to leave her alone.
Why?
Why? I just told you why.
If you say so. I mean, I did have questions, but... Alright. You're my partner, and I trust you, and you saying that I should not do something, I'll just, you know... listen to you, partner. Can I go around? Thank you very much. Thank you. We need to go buy that book before the... No, I'm afraid the story is closed now, but you know what? Might as well just go anyway. Let me run around a little bit to see if maybe I missed something. There are things, a lot of things I have missed actually. But for now, let's just, you know, leg it a little bit. Tell me it's open. Alright, I guess they are closed after hours. Fair enough. Oh. The book is titled Man from Handel and the Wildfire. Yeah, okay. What is here?
This Postler Vantorie mail collection box has been heavily vandalized with graffito. A closer inspection reveals 2 bullet holes in the front. A faint sticker on the side reads, RCM Emergencies Desk number 8102, with a slogan, Mankind, be vigilant.
Good mail delivery box. That's it. You're doing a good job delivering the mail.
The box seems happy. Eat shit pig, fucked by the coon, and St. G with a crown have been scribbled on it. Jenny is a whore, and best set mailbox also.
I feel your mail collection box. Been there. Post la aventure mail. Been there. You should man the fuck up.
The mailbox does not know how to man up. It is an inanimate object.
What if I told you that I have been there too? You know.
The box seems eat shit. The mail collection box seems cathartic. Thankful even. So do you. You shudder. Then you swallow.
I leave. I didn't need to waste that morale boost.
The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench do not look overly comforting.
We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder. Let's go.
You can revisit the bench if you ever need to pass the time when Lieutenant Kitsuragi is gone.
Ah, I see. Well, don't worry about it. I will, for the time being, you know. I need to take things one step at a time. So might as well go in for now. Give back the key to the guy because I completely forgot. A lot of people here. Hey, here's your key.
Can I help you? Another thing. Great. Yes?
Okay, I think I've done enough. Is that guy still sleeping there? What will happen if I wake him up? You've been sleeping for like...
The worker. Perhaps he's on his way to where you just came from. Into the primordial darkness. You gently shake his shoulder. But...
Fair enough. Gotta spend the money to make money. Whatever you say. Hey! Do you have anything else to say?
Hello again, sweetie.
I guess you do not. We still have a few things to do upstairs. Well, first we need to see what happened to the broken window. Then we need to see... What? Really? I cannot stay in the room anymore. Motherfucker, I thought I had the key, no? Key to room. Yes, I have it. Oh, wait. I do not... This is where you place keys, not where you... Motherfucking goddamn. Okay, so now I'm locked outside. And I cannot expect the window. Apparently. Maybe if I pay him back later. Shit. Okay, I guess we still have work to do. Where else should we go? Actually, let me think. Because my head is all over the place. Interview. Find out who is in the union box. Not the number of victims' armor. Fishing competition. Okay. For now, the only thing I can really do is to just explore, actually. Alright, let me think.
The tracks are as they have ever been. A bit more worn, perhaps. Fortunately, the street sweeper still hasn't noticed.
Alright. The ancient fountain doesn't pump water anymore. There's a tree in it. What the? There's something there. What is this? Hell yeah. Plastic wrap macaronis stamped in aid. Everything is good here. Not for resale. Speakers. Helpline company controls them. Okay. What's this?
There's a pile of cheap sunglasses in a small box. A variety of shapes and colors.
You like sunglasses, officer? I've got the latest styles right here.
Try the shades on.
Abort. These are hideous. What's more, they don't even fit your face. You can feel them pinching your nose and chafing against your brow.
Damn, officer! You look like a mega secret spy. Very secret. They're practically made for you.
Jesus.
I'll let you have them for 2 real and 50 cents.
They're perfect for concealing your bloodshot and baggy eyes.
No, you are definitely not buying those.
Are you sure? But they look so...
These are all boring. Boring third-rate ho-hum sunglasses made of cheap Syrahese plastic. The kind of plastic that melts in the sun. Those UV stickers are almost certainly just there for the show. If anything, these lenses probably direct more UV light into your pupils. A UV magnifier.
Magnifier, okay.
These are all first-rate sunglasses. Premium design, super material, very cool. UV resistant. These will definitely keep your eyes safe and
we can try this again.
while doing your dangerous police work.
What? My luck tonight is formidable. I see. A pair of water blue shades. The writing on the left temple says sub and slowly rendezvous. The frame appears to handgun.
Oh, very interesting choice, officer. Very high culture.
For the first time, the street vendor's voice.
This is how a sea monster sees the world. You've become a sea monster. Giant, hidden, and strangely tender at heart. All is blue. All right, but these actually make your vision worse. It's like literally being underwater. Yes, but they also make your soul quiver like jello. So deep.
Wow, officer! You look so cool!
The street vendor has picked up his pace again, so you observe the world through deep sea.
And they can be yours for a mere 3 real. My regular customers have passed them all up because they've got no taste. But you found them.
What about this game?
The lieutenant tilts his head and steps back, eyes narrowed in a thorough examination. It's a case to him.
You look like a musician. Like a blind musician. But you could do worse. Take them if you want.
-1 perception. Inland Empire. +1 electrochemistry. -1 logic. I really do not want to give points to the electrochemistry because it's all about drugs. I wouldn't mind buying those, but I do need the money for now. I'll come back to you if I need to. For now, I have questions.
You see 2 lowly, defeated speakers, thralls, slaves basically, perched atop them like conquerors surveying the land. A pair of found, durable wear sneakers, ultra series.
I can see you've a taste for luxury, officer. Can't keep your eyes off those sneakers?
Inspect the sneakers.
A pair of found ultras. The design is impossibly sleek and simple. A futuristic silhouette with a sleek monochrome colorway, a jet black upper, and a silver-lined midsole.
Alright.
Those sneakers, mister. Those sneakers are the latest found sneakers. Super air, super fine, super cool. Only 50 real.
Yeah, sure.
Only? That's madness.
I fucking know. Ultra seriously, okay. The other
These
ones?
once respectable speakers have been conquered, reduced to a mere prop by the indomitable found ultras atop them. A small heat emboss on the veneer reads, "Solidarity aid from the People's Republic of Samara." The speakers themselves don't seem to display any magical qualities.
No, don't look at the speakers, officer. Look at the sneakers. The sneakers are the stars here.
What about the speakers, though? Doesn't anyone want the speakers?
These, officer? These speakers are Samaran garbage. I'm ashamed to even use them for props. Don't waste your time on them.
Samaran trash? That sounds like they're from the Samaran People's Republic, produced under the dictatorship of the proletariat.
Can't I just buy the sad conquered Samaritan speakers?
No way, officer! These aren't for sale. They're bad speakers. Low-fi socialist junk.
That's why I want them.
No, officer. You're a high-class policeman who accepts nothing less than the best. Lucky for you, I've got the best on sale.
You don't know what I am. I don't even know it myself. I want the speakers.
Well, if you want them, but see, they are the pedestal for my sneakers. If I let go of the speakers, where will the sneakers go? I can't leave premium lifestyle sneakers on the ground. If, on the other hand, you wanted to buy the sneakers too, I could maybe throw in the speakers for little extra. 50 cents?
You're asking for too much and I cannot haggle the price. Also, I have already too much money to, you know,
There are clothes
fuck
inside. Cheap second-hand
spend.
clothes, smelling of strangers' body odors.
Don't be shy. These are premium class clothes. Good quality fabrics, best retro design. Save the economy with your style, officer.
Close to the box.
You find your hands deep in tattered and faded garments made from weird polyester blends that make your body itch and sweat in all the wrong places. The box smells like cat piss or like an old person with no money.
Like me.
Economical, but also trendy. Look first hand, buy second hand. Keep the economy moving.
No good. All you can come up with are some treated wool pants. You can tell they're too tight around your thighs and too loose around the waist.
No luck? Why not take another look, officer? Keep supporting the economy.
I'll leave for now. Actually, I really need to ask you now. What are you doing?
You see a Samaran street vendor surrounded by a motley assemblage of goods. When he realizes you're looking at him, His face breaks into a wide, welcoming grin. The name Sileng is embroidered over his breast pocket.
Happy shopping, officer! Everything's cool here.
What's so cool?
Everything's cool. The goods are cool, the customers are cool, the place is cool. And one more thing, officer, you're very cool. Bang, 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 bang!
Really? I'm thinking I'm cool? You
Oh,
think I'm cool?
yes! You got style. You got personal style. You know what you like.
Alright.
You like premium menswear. Look around and browse. Everything looks cool on a guy like you. Take your time.
Don't be distracted by the flattery and funny man act. Questions.
What kind of stuff are you what kind of stuff are you selling here?
Only the coolest goods in Revachol. I've got sneakers, speakers, extremely comfy pants too. Try them on right here.
Where'd you get
No
those?
shame, only freedom.
Where'd you get those comfy pants?
I'm an entrepreneur, officer. I've got sources, buyers, suppliers, distributors, manufacturers, wholesalers, all extremely cool and above board.
You have a permit to sell all that?
Good joke, officer. Here we don't have permits, just economic freedom. Take a look around.
You glance around the decrepit buildings, the miserable weather, the sidewalks strewn with sunflower seeds and a dust-choked air.
It's beautiful. Beautiful freedom.
Kim, is it true he doesn't need a permit to sell?
It is, yes. Anyone can set up their shop whenever they feel like it.
That's right. No permits, no bureaucracy. That's why this city and its law officials are so cool.
But what are we doing here if there are no permits?
If you wanted to be cynical about it, you could say we are here to protect the interests of property holders. I am not, however.
My man, officer, you make all this possible. Without you, this climate would be extremely bad for business. You're part of the Gossamer state.
Gossamer is a fine, filmy substance consisting of cobwebs spun by small spiders, seen especially in autumn. It's safe to say he's referring to the near absence of regulations.
You're right, this is cool. I'm part of a hip, thin, almost non-existent state apparatus.
Yeah, that's the main thing about you. Freedom is great. It's what lets independent entrepreneurs
Is
like
there
me
a discount
sell
for
quality
cool
goods
officers
at
like
competitive
me?
prices.
Hello, Champer. Welcome. Hello. Buenos dias. Or buenas noches. I do not know what time it is at your country. Is there a discount for good officers like me?
No need for discounts at ceilings, officer. Everything's
Of course, I'm
already
gonna
on
haggle it.
sale.
Haggle it.
Anything you want, 50% off.
That's all then. Let me ask you something else.
Anything for you.
Food packages you're selling have humanitarian integrated on them. How come?
You mean these delicious pre-packaged shelf-stable meal kits? Really easy to cook, no hassle, really cheap too. Buy some, try them out.
I think one is not for resale on the package.
No problem here, officer. I get all this from one of my suppliers, an extremely reputable guy.
Does your supplier drive that Humanox lorry over there?
What? Look, officer, I'm just a retailer. You'd have to talk to my supplier if you got questions about the supply chain. That's how the game works.
Interesting.
Lieutenant whips out the blue notebook.
We'll need more if we're going to pin this one down, he thinks. Good questions, though. Sharp eyes, officer.
Can I persuade him to give him money first before we do anything? Where are you from?
Me? It's a boring story, officer. Who cares about the past? I'm all business now. All Revachol.
This man probably comes from Seaguy, sometimes known as the Apricot Suzerainty, an archipelago in the Samaran Isola.
You're from the Apricot Suzerainty, right?
Seaguy, apricot, suzerainty. It's all the same to me. It's all cool. I'm interested in sales. Go ahead, let's make one. Super high quality, friendly prices.
No need to dress this one up. Just tell him what you want.
I want money now.
Okay. But why, officer? Yes. Money is very important.
Yeah.
Are you trying to ask for a bribe? If so, you're not doing a very good job.
Sorry, detective.
Don't worry. I'll arrest you. As soon as I find some evidence. I actually cannot find anything. You can find something exciting? No, I can only find an Asian guy who wants to sell me glasses. Sure, a great gateway to the river of filth. Oh, anything in the garbage? Ooh, gloves, what the? Do I wear gloves? Yes, I do wear gloves, but it raises biochemistry. Son of a bitch. No, interfacing is actually useful. But for now, let's just stick to the casual clothes. What does this say? Roy's Pawn Shop, fast cash for faster times. We do need money. Water lock out of order until Wednesday. What the? Who are you?
Evening, officers.
Evening.
A burly man hangs out by the waterlock, carving up a generous serving of salami with an old hunter's knife. His eyes are fixed on a man stranded on the other side of the waterlock and on an enormous billboard that has fallen down into the canal between them.
Do you know what caused this wreckage?
I wasn't here to witness it, but those look like tire tracks on that sign. Weird, huh? Then again, plenty of daredevil drivers in Revachol.
The words daredevil driver sound ominous to you.
What is up with me and cars?
Too bad it also takes a year and a day to repair anything around here. Especially a waterlock. The rest of the coast is closed off till then.
Do you know what's further down the coast?
Well, there's the fishing village, an abandoned fish market, a bizarro church. Not much use to the congregation, though. There always seems to be something wrong with it. Yeah, not really much else. Just bombed out ruins.
Can I have some salami?
Sure thing.
It is salty.
Thanks, bro.
It is savory. It is chewy. The hangover only makes the salami more tasty.
Thank you.
Want some too, officer?
Why not?
Why not? Thanks. Thanks, bro. Thank you. Have a good day, citizen. What is this?
A couple of indicator lights are missing from this control panel. Loose wires dangle from the now vacant holes. In the middle is a lever. Beneath it, a small metal plaque. This panel usually closes the waterlock, turning it into a bridge that lets you cross the canal. But there's a crashed Samaran butter sign in the way. Pulling the lever probably won't do anything. Pull the lever all the way up until the metal clicks against the contact pins. You hear a soft clunk. Then nothing happens.
Push harder?
Nothing happens. A cold gust of wind blowing in from the sea interrupts the silence of the situation.
Yeah, release.
A spring brings the lever back to its original position. You still need to close the waterlock to get across the canal.
All right.
Some other way. Wasn't there a sign over there saying functionality will be restored on Wednesday morning?
I see. Wednesday? What day is it? What day is it? It's Monday. Motherfucker! All the way to Wednesday? Whoa. This looks like an interesting place. Let's go. Some kind of machine, an antique cash register. Dark film projector wearing away. Bust of a woman, the place. Before I inspect these things, might as well talk to the guy first.
It's not often that I see officers from the RCM in my pawn shop. What can I do for you?
His courtesy is not insincere, but he prefers being alone with his projector, just watching the movement of light across the walls of the shop.
Sure, I feel like I'm interrupting you.
Oh no, not at all. I guess I haven't had many customers lately.
Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travelers, people looking for a deal, people looking for a keepsake. People who are terminally bored. As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from.
Quite a collection indeed.
It keeps me entertained.
Entertained? He might be high. If he is, on what?
Can I try it again? I can retry it.
Feeling warm and enthralled by the movement of light, while the mind continues to race forward. Lucky bastard. He's probably on Pyrrolidon. It's tough to come by on the street.
What is that?
A drug developed by the military to treat and prevent radiation sickness. It has psychedelic side effects, and it makes your eyes turn yellow.
Sir, would you take off your sunglasses? I'd like to check your eyes.
Why on earth? These are prescription. I can't really see without them.
Don't worry, I can see.
There's a note of indignation in his voice. Interesting. Those triangle patches on his vest, you have a feeling they mean something. Like they're similar to the halogen rectangle on your jacket.
What's with the triangles on your vest?
I was with the Emergency Relief Brigade. You know, after the People's Pile disaster.
You think you can bullshit me, huh?
Had to take Pyrrolidon for radiation sickness. That's what you were hinting at just now, wasn't it?
I am the chief of police. Nothing can get under my radar.
He's taking it for mental and emotional, not physical pain these days.
The People's Pile? What's that?
A bad idea. Some poor leftist built a particle decay generator in hopes of bringing affordable electricity to underserved communities. It malfunctioned. Radioactive waste everywhere. Probably some of it in you too.
Tell me about this emergency relief brigade you were part of.
We were an all-volunteer force. Self-organized. Tried to help the fire brigades contain the spill.
On the patch, gamma radiation lines crossed with a red drop of blood.
I lived by the river since I was a small boy. The Esperance. Didn't have the art to let it all go to shit without trying to do something to help out. There wasn't much the volunteer force could do, however. We wasted years in the river mud. Years getting sick.
Must have been rough, radioactive cleanup.
There's a reason why everyone's tried to forget any of it ever happened, and why no one has tried to repair or replace the pile. So much disappointment, and early deaths. Cancer mostly. And we knew all that was coming even as we were cleaning up as best we could.
Whose fault was it that the generator... Whose fault was it that the generator failed?
No one's. Everyone's.
So much bitterness.
A bunch of poor people built themselves a primitive nuclear reactor, hoping for the best. What do you think is going to happen?
How did you end up running a pawn shop?
The cleanup happened 15 years ago. I was young then. Later, my second aunt died. left me this shack and all the assorted junk in it. So I came to Martinez. People told me don't go there. It's a shithole. I said, people, we just had a nuclear pile meltdown. I'm gonna get as far away from Forberg as I can. Still in the same city, but...
Thank you for telling
I
me.
like the theory more than the story. Outward movement, not vortices.
Yeah, you gotta get in on those vortices, my man.
My man, care to share your Pelorthon with me? There's something I'd like to sell. You might be able to aid our investigation. By the way, do you happen to have any guns like the ones Kate? But is there? Might you be able to help
I
with
doubt
this?
it, but I can try and answer any questions you may have.
You know anything about the recent hanging?
I do my best to keep my distance from all manner of butchery. Bad for business. Bad for everyone.
The Wild Pines representative that's in town?
Can't say I'm a huge admirer of Wild Pines. And I can't say I trust any silver-tongued spokesperson of theirs. Fortunately, I have no reason to get involved.
What do you have against Wild Pines?
What should I have for it?
Have you met?
No, just... people like that make everyone else see the world somewhat askew, at an angle that is convenient for them. Now, you have more questions?
Never
or
had...
are we...
Ever had any dealings with Evrard, Claire?
He's been by the shop a couple of times.
Actually that's all I've
The
got.
pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed on the dancing colors.
By the way, do you happen to have any guns, like the ones carried by officers of the citizen militia?
Someone else came here earlier today asking the same question. I promptly sold her the gun you pawned a couple days back.
Fuck me, I knew I pawned it, fuck! No, oh shit. I sold my service gun. The gun that was given to me for the service of the law. I pawned it. Crap. Christ.
The lieutenant shifts from one foot to another, alert.
At least I know. Wait, I sold you my gun?
You...
With Kim here too? That just sounded really, really bad.
You were adamant about getting rid of it, officer. Said you were undeserving of a service weapon of the Revachol Citizens Militia. And I don't like keeping guns around the shop for long. Off the charts photon emissions. The unhealthy kind.
I see.
He's not telling you the whole story. It seems he's trying to spare you.
I feel like there's something you're not telling me.
You weren't quiet yourself, officer.
What was I like?
You were very distraught. You said the gun was a threat to your life and that you can't trust yourself with it tonight. And that you need the money. When I said that I don't normally buy firearms, you put the gun barrel in your mouth and sort of sucked on it. Then I agreed to take it.
So you basically saved me.
You sucked on a gun? Good. Very normal.
You sucked on the barrel of a gun? Nice. Excellent. Very normal. Happens to the best of us, I guess. I really should have killed myself, maybe I instantly. So you had to see me in that state. We don't have to talk about it any further. How much did I sell the gun for?
15 real.
The lieutenant looks from you to Roy, and then back to you. It's clear that he hopes this tableau might still turn out to be a bad dream. It's not, though. This has got to be the most. Wow, there's pity there too. In case you didn't notice.
Yeah, I did notice. I'm sorry you had to see me in that state. We don't have to talk about it any further.
No apologies necessary, officer.
Was the buyer a policeman too?
She didn't seem like a policeman. Although she kept referring to herself as a pig, which was odd. I found her interest in the gun a bit obsessive, but I was just happy to get rid of it, and of her. Truth be told, she was terrifying.
Right, so Let me get this right. You sold your sidearm, issued by the citizens' militia, and now a civilian is running around the streets of Martinez with it?
Yes, apparently yes.
Miraculously, his face does not reveal what's happening inside.
There's only one explanation. She must be one of the rabid fans. Maybe she's a vigilante, wants to prove she can do our jobs better than we can. I don't like it either. What if she tends to commit a crime and blame it on the citizens' militia?
You're right that she could cast aspersions on the force. We have to find her.
Any idea where I can find this buyer?
My apologies, officer, but I have no idea where she was coming from or where she went.
A needle in a haystack. There is nothing you can do about it now. You'll just have to hope you luck upon her somehow.
Fuck. Okay, the best place, the best thing I can do is to go to public places and start asking around people of interest.
Of course.
Shit. Okay. You know what? I do not have any... Oh, what do you want? Tell me. Talk to
We
me.
should think about calling it a day, maybe. The nights are still miserably cold this time of year.
I haven't paid the cafeteria manager for my damage yet.
We should take care of that then.
But I don't have the
Let's
money.
talk to him anyway. An officer of the RCM shouldn't be sleeping in the street. We'll figure something out.
Though he finds this situation frustrating, he is doing his best to not make you feel any worse than you already do.
Thank you, Kim. That's why you can't be called a friend. I'm gonna have to finish this episode here because I need to get ready for work. There we go. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Samper, for dropping by. I'm gonna, as I said, have to get prepared. I really need to go. This is as far as we go today. Tomorrow we're gonna have to find out where are we gonna fucking live. Oh well. It's gonna be... When is it gonna be? Tomorrow I wanted to play Reverse. No, I'm gonna play some Disco Elysium again because I really like this game, okay? I'm gonna play Disco Elysium tomorrow. Maybe the day after I'm gonna play Reverse, okay? Thank you so much for being here once again, alright? Adios. Later. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow. Same time, 7 p.m. Eastern European time, okay? Standard time. Not summertime. Standard time. Bye.